I was lucky enough. I did a lot of unplugs, and that one is definitely one of my favorites. And to this day, I will show up on sets, sitcom sets, and somebody will come up to me and be like, "I need to know everything," because they know I did the Nirvana Unplugged. It's so funny. It was pretty wild. It was a wild ride that year. At that point, I was a senior director at MTV, and that was kind of a corporate. MTV was a corporate place, even though it was an entertainment company. So you got promoted based on corporate structure instead of, your, ability to do shows. So I had to do a little bit of corporate stuff where I would run the studio and I would staff it and I would do all the interviews and I would staff all the different shows and then I would do a lot of the pilots and stuff like that. But the Nirvana Unplugged was really, truly one of my favorite things. That year I'd done the Tony Bennett Unplugged too, which was really funny. And I have a funny story about that. But my AD Joe DeMeo and I get sent to Hoboken, New Jersey, where they were rehearsing. And usually somebody from the talent department comes with you, so you're not just walking in and the band's like, "Who are you?" So, of course, we get there. No one's there but the two of us. So we walk in and the band's on stage. And, everything you're told about Kurt is that he's scary. Like, don't talk to him. You might make him angry and he'll leave. Like, you're very, that he was a little skittish as far as artists go. And I was used to that, but, of course, didn't want to do anything to screw it up. So we gingerly walk in the room, and they're on stage working out a song, and they all are just staring at us. And there's nobody else there but the two of us. And we're like, "Hi, we're here. We're the director and the AD of the show." And they were couldn't have been more lovely. And so I got to watch that set several times because I watched them work out all the songs in Hoboken, and then they came and did a full, sound check and on-camera rehearsal at Sony where we shot it. But it was Kurt's idea, all those flowers. And we had a set designer, this guy, Tom McPhillips, that would just put up different soft goods depending upon the who it was. And I walked out to that set right before we loaded in the audience, and all the candles and the flowers, and I was standing next to Alex Coletti, the producer, and he's like, "Oh, this looks really pretty." And I said, "God, it looks a little like a funeral." It was really strange, and, obviously what happened after. But we shot the show, and it was beautiful. And after the rehearsal, one of the MTV executives came up to me and said, "I'm not sure if they're playing enough hits. Could you talk to Kurt about doing Smells Like Teen Spirit?" And I said, "No, that's great music, and if you want him to play Smells Like Teen Spirit, you need to go ask him, because I'm not going to." The night of the show was just really magical. It was so amazing, and it was everything they did was so great. I mean, having the Meat Puppets on and doing that Bowie cover's unbelievable, and that Lead Belly, In the Pines, just gave me chills every time I saw him perform that song. So we finished shooting, the audience lit it out. Kurt came into the control room because he wanted to see some of it. And we rolled a couple of songs, and he said, "Everything looks great." And he said, but there's some moments where I'm smiling, and I'd like you to put them in the show. And I said, "Oh, the lighter side of Kurt Cobain?" And he went, "My manager told me to," and then walked out. And I thought I upset him, but he ended up loving it and was really hilarious. And we looked through the footage of his close-up, and there's literally one song where after the song he goes like this and does this crazy fake smile, and we put it in the show. He was clearly appeasing his management. But after that, I had a great relationship with the band and with him, and I shot this New Year's Eve show that December, which ended up being the last time they played in the United States, because they went to Europe right after it. And, he showed up at rehearsal, and he's like, "Anything you want. Do you want me to do that song again?" And then the show was supposed to also have Pearl Jam on the bill, and they canceled the day of the show because Eddie was sick. And people were freaking out because it was supposed to be this big New Year's Eve concert, hometown crowd. We were on this in this warehouse on the Puget Sound, And everyone's freaking out in the office, and Kurt pulled me aside and he said, we'll do a longer set for you if you guys want to. I said, that would be awesome. And they did literally everything from their Sub Pop catalog. It was like a 2-hour Nirvana concert. It was amazing.